So I'm going to start out by reading some of the lyrics from the song A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman. "'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's going to take. A million dreams for the world we're going to make." So a few years ago, I had this realization that I had quit dreaming. I had a friend, and it seemed like every time I would talk to her, she would have this new idea that she had come up with this new dream, and they were always big, and she had all the details of these dreams that she wanted to make happen in her life. And as I would listen to her, I would go home and think, what are my dreams? What is it that I want? And I really didn't have anything. And I realized that, through all of the hard stuff that we'd been going through the last several years, that I had quit dreaming. And it was really a interesting realization to have. So now we fast forward a few years, and I've had some different experiences. One of them was I was at this class with my husband, and I looked over at him during the class. We were talking about, actually in the class, they were talking about moving forward and reaching your goals and your dreams. And I glanced over at Eric, and he had on his phone our toy store blog pulled up. And he had the blog post from the car accident that we had happen at our toy store several years ago. And I took his phone from him, and I started scrolling through those pictures, and it brought so much emotion up in me, and I just found myself crying. And the emotion that I was feeling was not sadness from the loss of our toy store. It was this feeling of gratitude for that experience that we had. And it was like this light bulb went off in my brain again that said, "Tammy, look at what you guys created. You guys created this toy store." And this was a huge, what seemed like an unreachable dream for us, to open that toy store. And here I was looking at these pictures, and they didn't represent to me a failure, but in the moment, what it was representing to me was success, a huge success of what we had accomplished. And we didn't do it alone. We had the help from Heavenly Father and so many angels, and it was just an incredible experience. And in that moment, as I was looking through these pictures, I knew that it was time to start creating something different. And I've had a couple of experiences since that time, and one of them was my son Zachary got in a car accident and totaled his car probably a month or so ago, and we got a rental car, only he couldn't drive the rental car, so I drove it. And I got in, and it was a Toyota Corolla. It had only 15,000 miles on it. And as I'm driving this around for a couple weeks, I had this realization that I have never allowed myself to believe or dream that I could have a new car. On my vision board that's hanging on my wall, I have that I want to get a car. But what it says is I want a car that is new to me with low miles. Well, as I'm driving around this Corolla, I realize a car with low miles to me has always been like 110,000 miles, which is not really very new or low miles. So, but to me, that's what low miles has always been, because we've always, driven older cars. So here I am driving this car, realizing, oh my goodness, I could actually see myself driving in this. And I want something this new. I want something this nice. And then I turned the rental car in. And a few days later, Eric and I were planning a trip to go to Vegas. Funny enough, we were going to Vegas to go to a toy show. So anyway, we went to pick up this rental car, and I had rented the least expensive car that was available, but we had missed the pickup time. And so when I showed up to pick up the car, they said, well, your original car, we don't have that anymore. We have these other two options. And one of them was a pickup truck, and the other option was this shiny, beautiful black Camaro. And I was like, okay, this is a no-brainer. We're going to Vegas. We're going to take the Camaro. So I could not stop smiling, because when I was driving the Corolla for 2 weeks, it was like Heavenly Father was saying, Tammy, I want you to dream that you could have this. And then with the Camaro, it was like he was saying, okay, now I want you to dream even bigger. I want you to see something even bigger. And, a Camaro is probably not my dream car necessarily, but it was so much fun. For 5 days, we got to drive around in that car, and it was a blast. It was so much fun to experience that and realize that I have really been cheating myself in the things that I've been allowing myself to dream for. And it's just all of these things coming together has helped me to realize that our Heavenly Father wants us to have big dreams and big ideas. And one of the things that I've done is to write out a story about what I want in my life. And it's okay to include all of these fun details about, the type of car that we might want to drive, or the type of house that we want to live in. I really want a home where I have a beautiful view of the sunset. And it's really important to write all of these things down, I'm learning. So, anyway, these are just some thoughts that I've had about the importance of us having things that we want, things that we are reaching for and hoping to achieve. And I absolutely know that we can achieve those things. So our toy store and opening that was this big, impossible dream. And one day, I swear the windows of heaven just opened and everything fell into place. And I know that it's possible for any dream to come true. And I mean, if we could make that happen, I know that we can make anything happen. But it's not going to happen if we don't have those dreams. If we don't have something that we're working toward, then it won't happen. So anyway, I just wanted to share this message because it has been on my mind so much, the importance of keeping these dreams alive in our minds and always have something that you're excited about and working towards. I love driving fast cars. This isn't necessarily my dream car, but wow, it's been fun. You know, if you've never driven one, you hit the gas pedal and it just, you accelerate so fast that it throws you back in your seat and it makes this loud growling noise, and wow, it's so much fun.